Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat brain trusts a tag over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am the unofficially official Lip Dizzle, joined with none other than the less than stealthy unicorn himself, Tag's number one, Scoot Gibson, baby. ScooterRay.
Soon to be recognized as world's number one.
Oh, okay.
Soon.
And of course, ladies, if you didn't know, now you know.
Baby.
Heartthrob of the IWC, your community. Jaeger, bombastic, so fantastic. If only we had Shotzi Black back on the brand, I guarantee you he'd be happier than a hickey sack.
These are facts. However, and I know I'm saying this early, but Dakota, though.
You're going to hear a lot of those on here. I guarantee it. But yeah, I tell you, with everything that's going on, it's crazy how WWE is the only brand of professional wrestling that has the word entertainment within their acronym, and they are the least entertaining professional wrestling brand today.
You talking about just Raw? We talking about SmackDown now too?
I'm talking about anything under the WWE umbrella, and I don't count NXT because NXT is now developmental, so we can't even count that as a WWE brand because they clearly don't give a shit about it.
Facts.
And I'm glad that they don't, because now, just like we talked about last week, it gives Triple H a chance to be like, you know what? You don't think we're worth it? You don't think that we deserve to be a brand all in our own? Okay, wait till SummerSlam. Wait till TakeOver 36.
Mm-hmm.
Because with the way everything is shaping up, especially after this show, we're about to have one hell of a TakeOver card. And I cannot wait.
Mm-hmm.
But with that out the way, that's not important.
No. I have nothing of importance with news, so let's just go right into it.
Oh, well then fuck it. We are going to go right into it. And right into it, as simple as that. Timothy Thatcher, Tommaso Ciampa against Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan. I am so glad they started off NXT with this fucking tag team match because fuck, I loved it. I loved
Hell yeah.
every bit of it.
See, this is what I get mad about with WWE, since they're not third brand. Mm-hmm. Why can't we get hard hitting matches like this? Like
that's what I want to know.
It's almost like they don't look at the matches. They only look at the ratings or something.
Right?
Like, because some stiff fights in WWE.
And not only that, I mean, even if you take the wrestling aspect aside, I mean, you look at how they book everybody. Like Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher lost against MSK. Then they started this feud here, and they lost this match as well, but they did it in a way that's very entertaining. There's that word again. Mm-hmm. To the point to where it's like now you're not even worried about them losing 2 times in a row. You're more focused on the story that they're building now. Because one, we got one hell of a match, and the fact that they can take 2 baby faces at that, with the characters that they have and still make them be antagonistic to the heels within the match. Shout out to Tommaso Ciampa, of course. But we get a returning Ridge Holland, which of course I thought that he may have been a good, hand to throw in with Imperium, but they're continuing on with the remnants of the Kings of NXT. So which of course I'm cool with regardless. But yeah. So now we get a new feud going with Thatcher and Ciampa being preoccupied with this feud with Dunne, Ridge Holland, and Oney Lorcan, which perfectly fine with.
Yeah, I have no beef with it.
That's how you book people who aren't in the title picture, because not everybody has to be built up to go after a title. Maybe you can just give us a good fucking story and then go from there, because this only helps everybody involved. All 5 of these men, it only helps them move forward. So like I don't understand how everybody can be within the same company, but yet NXT operates as if they're not even a part of WWE, which I'm still not complaining. So yeah, man. Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan go over with the help of a returning Ridge Holland. So we get to see what happens after this. But I know Ciampa is going to be pissed.
Oh yeah, then they see do the beat down.
And from there,
I guess we could go ahead and talk about their other scene while we're here when they were leaving the arena.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead and speak on that.
Yeah, so you had everybody all dressed to impress. Well, not dressed to impress. They dressed regular, but they were leaving. But Ridge Holland, Oney Lorcan, and Pete Dunne, which I don't get why Ridge Holland had a suitcase, because he kind of just showed up. He didn't really do much. But
that too. It was like, why do you have a suitcase?
But Ridge Holland basically stated,
he got business, man.
He hurt them because he could, and it's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. So he's going to continue to hurt people. And what this feels like, especially with the Breakout tournament, it feels like NXT is going in a direction where they're about to build a land of the giants, because you got big boy Ridge Holland, fairly big boy Ridge Holland, and then you have Duke Hudson, Odyssey Jones,
the guy
Bronson Reed.
Well, Reed
he might be main roster bound. Yeah.
Pretty soon, but all right.
I cannot remember his name.
Which guy?
I said the guy who fought Carmelo Hayes in the tournament.
What? Nah, I'm thinking about somebody else. Was it Chase? Hold up. I think I have it right here. Let's see. No, it's Josh Briggs. There we go.
Josh Briggs, and then you got Top Dollar.
Top Dollar, yeah. So with the way that it's going, it looks like that could be the next like NXT title lineup for your main title build, where you have everybody else vying for like the North American Championship, the Cruiserweight title, and so on. But I'm not mad at this, especially with the way that they are building up, which we will talk about when we get to the Breakout tournament match later on. But Ridge Holland is definitely wanting to hurt people, and I don't blame him, especially with him supposed to be getting a push against Adam Cole, and then that kind of falling to the wayside when he got injured. But I'm pretty sure with all this, he's going to make up for borrowed time, or for lost time rather, and get in there. But we'll see how that goes. But until then, we got to wait and see where this goes with Ciampa and Thatcher. Now, what happened after that match? They continued the
Wasn't it Joe?
It was Grimes and LA Knight, but we're gonna get to we're gonna talk about all of that together. Because I love how they're doing these segments with Knight and Grimes because they're peppering it throughout the show without having to put it in a segment on within the ring or something like that. So, but we'll talk about that later.
Let's be real though. 9 holes of golf just takes a while, man.
It can, but they're treating this shit like it's a fucking sitcom, and I love it.
Yes.
But what happened before the whole Joe thing was Hit Row's promo backstage.
You're right.
Hit Row got a lot of good time. On the
Cero
show.
Miedo. I got that one, Scoot.
No. Different program. Different program.
They all cut a promo on Legado del Fantasma, and again, more props to NXT on keeping the story coherent and continuous throughout this, because they even though they were talking about Legado, they still kept their eyes forward and still, because I didn't know that they had a match with Imperium, but
I saw it I think right before the show started. And they had a match,
because I mean I wasn't aware until the shit happened, because I thought they were just cutting the promo on Legado and Imperium, because they peppered Imperium in there because of what they had said when they did their promo in interrupting MSK's revealing of what MSK stands for. So everybody got their shit in, which I loved. And of course they start peppering in the Spanish, both B-Fab and Top Dollar. So kudos to them. But we're gonna get more into Hit Row when that tag team match comes into play, because I got some shit to talk about on that. It's good shit, just to give y'all a little heads up. But Joe, we saw this coming.
Yes,
we saw this coming big time. As you can see at the bottom there, Joe resigns and then resigns, because he came out pissed off, and it's like Joe again. He can fly off the handle as much as he wants, but he's calculated. So he came in, nice little folder, threw a chair in the ring, got a table in the ring, set up a table, set up the chair, sat the folder down, and they called for William Regal. William Regal came out. Joe knew what he was going to do. He's like, I get it. I can see it in your face. You've already made your decision. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to fire Cross for what he did to you last week. And of course, William Regal co-signed that, and he said, yeah, you're damn right I am. But Joe said, no, I got a better idea. He's like, it's a 3-step process. Step 1, I sent in my resignation as NXT management. I quit. Number 2, I want you to re-sign me as a member of the active roster, effective immediately. And then he said, after William Regal signed that paper, he said, but there is a 3rd step. And that is, I want you to sign a match against myself and Karrion Kross for the NXT title at TakeOver 36. And William Regal signed that as well.
Reeves looked at Joe and he didn't even say nothing. He was just like, bet.
Just sign the paperwork.
Again, I might talk shit about WWE main roster more in this show than I ever have, but because every segment knows how to just do shit. Because if this is on main roster, they would have had him sign that. They would have had Karrion Kross come out. They would have had him and Joe get into it. He would have probably signed the paper, and then that would have been it. Then you would have known what was going on. But what they did, they didn't even put Karrion Kross on the fucking show.
Well, I guess since we're talking about Kross, there have been some follow-ups with his plans on Raw. So get well soon, Jeff. Because Jeff caught COVID this past weekend, and he was supposed to be Kross again.
Wait, what? I knew they were supposed to wrestle again. I didn't know he was supposed to beat Kross again.
Apparently, he was supposed to beat him again, but instead they booked Kross and Keith Lee and Kross ended up beating Keith. But apparently, the plan is Kross is supposed to be solo, lose, and Scarlett is supposed to be his fortune to get turned around.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna rhyme that up with Muse.
I thought about it, but no. But Scarlett is supposed to be the one to turn it around for him.
Okay.
So apparently they planning something big with this, with them finally bringing Scarlett in at some point. But yeah. Okay. So that's the so-called plans. But I don't know what they're going to do now since, with the whole Jeff thing. So I guess we'll have to see.
Now see, with that point, I'm not mad at it because we get Scarlett back, and it makes sense for him to come in like that. But I would rather him have come in like dominant and then kind of lose his way and then have her come in, because why would you have him come in and just start losing? Because him coming in and losing automatically doesn't make him seem like he had anything to lose. That's just like him just basically being like trash. But if he came in and been dominant and then all of a sudden start having these fluke losses, then yeah, you bring Scarlett in. It's like, yeah, I'm here to help you bring that shit back.
Did they announce him as the NXT champion?
He comes up with the belt.
Mm-hmm.
That just sounds like some messy and honestly discrediting to NXT.
Yes.
Yes. And and that's what some of the people were saying, that it makes NXT look bad because he's coming out with the title. Mm-hmm. He's announced as NXT champion.
Especially when you had Charlotte on Raw go to NXT,
right?
To fight for the women's championship,
right?
Yeah, and this is all during the inception of Dynamite, though. So that's why they pushed heavy on NXT around that time. And they figured that putting a belt on Charlotte, having Charlotte on NXT TV during the time where they were going against Dynamite, would have helped them with their ratings.
And look at them now, discrediting NXT.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Oh, it's developmental now.
Because they built up Kevin Owens when he was NXT champion, and he came up to go against Cena when Cena was doing his United States Championships challenge. Mm-hmm. And it's like, they made him look fucking strong as fuck. Mm-hmm. But you get, fast forward to when Dynamite is heading up the ratings with NXT, and it's like, oh, here, let's go ahead and just diminish everything NXT related, to the point to where not only does Karrion Kross look like shit, but then you have any NXT title win, as for now on the women's side, being completely revoked as a meaningful title win, because now Charlotte going from 11 wins to now 8 title wins, because they removed her NXT title wins.
She went from 14 to 11 or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So he's at 11 right now.
So I'm just like,
dumb.
And to me, it's for them. It's more of a reason to put more titles on Charlotte, which is fucking stupid.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if she wins that belt back at SummerSlam.
Neither would I. Because and just a spoiler alert, everybody. I'm never going to be on the whole Nikki Ash train, because again, and it's coming to fruition because people are shitting all over it.
Apparently the live crowd isn't either.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people supporting with signs and things, but apparently she's not getting the reception. They want, because they didn't build the character enough.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to what I said last week when I said that she can win the belt now, but it's like, you can't, like, how is she going to look up against other people where she's supposed to be serious and she looks like a fucking cartoon character? But
she lost to Charlotte Monday.
See, and she just won, so now it does look like a Charlotte victory.
Yeah. Charlotte beat her, and then after the match, Nikki challenged her to a rematch next Monday. So get ready to get the same fight again, folks.
Wait. So does Charlotte have the belt right now?
No. Nikki still Nikki still has the. Oh, sorry.
So Charlotte's fight against her was for non-title?
Yes.
No, I think it was for a chance to go against her, right? The chance to challenge the title.
And Pierce announced that it'll be a triple threat at SummerSlam. It'll be Nikki, Rhea, and Charlotte for the belt at SummerSlam. So for shits and giggles, they did Charlotte versus Nikki. Charlotte won. Nikki got up and challenged Charlotte to a rematch next week. So,
yeah, boy.
Yeah, and it's like, how do you call that shit entertaining? It's like it's basically giving us Rhea and Charlotte again for the fourth month in a row, just with an added
Nikki
bonus of Nikki being the champ. So it's like
an ash of Nikki.
But yeah, Joe and Cross for the title is official for TakeOver 36. So I'm happy about that. Ready to see Joe fucking dominate because I missed seeing him in the fucking ring because main roster was just trash.
It's been way too long.
Yes, because they missed the boat. They missed the boat on 3 different occasions with Joe on the main roster. When he first came in, where it was him and Kevin Owens with Triple H. Because they could have really done something amazing with that. Joe and Lesnar, which was fucking awesome. And they messed up with that. And I think it was Joe and Braun Strowman. But
so from what I looked at on Reddit, apparently Joe went to NXT because main roster didn't know what to do with him or didn't have anything.
They fired him, and then Triple H hustled to he rushed to get him back. Like he called him immediately and was like, "Yo, come over here," because I guarantee you Joe would have went either to Japan or AEW. No question.
Well, no, it was funny because Joe did an interview since y'all brought that up. Joe said Laurinaitis had called him and said, "Yeah, they're going to release you from the contract." He was like, "All right, cool." Then he said almost like immediately after that call, Trips called him, "Joe, I'm going to figure it out. We're going to try to get you back to NXT. Sit tight." Then he was like, "Okay." Then he said I think he said 3 hours later, Trips called him, "All right, if you want, I got you back in NXT." So,
yeah,
Trips said that shit the same day.
It makes sense because Trips was the one that initially got Joe into WWE.
Yes.
So that's like, if that was me, I'd do the same thing because it's like, yo, you're not gonna mess up my credibility with people that I bring in. It's like, I'm not gonna look like the fucking bad guy in all this, especially if I'm trying to help everybody, motherfuckers. But anyway,
Trips just needs to run main roster already.
Everybody wants that. Yeah.
Vinnie Mac is, well, he needs to go.
Yeah, he does.
He needs to take Nick Khan with him.
Him, Nick Khan, fucking Bruce Pritchard, and Laurinaitis. They all need to go.
All need to go.
But from there, we get the breakout tournament. Carmelo Hayes versus Josh Briggs. I did not think Carmelo Hayes was going to win this. I really thought,
especially since he was already a featured person.
Exactly, but I mean that could have also been the reason why they gave him the win. Of course, the showcase for him was this looked good for him. I didn't like the chemistry between him and Briggs though, because it just
you could tell they were new to each other. Like you could tell that they didn't get a chance to really kind of mesh with each other.
Yeah. Now towards the end, it got a little better. Because Josh Briggs' offense, I love. I love when he did the big boot into the choke slam.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, I need to see this. And then with him and Duke Hudson, I was like, I do want to see those two go at it because I thought that's what was going to happen, especially when you had Duke Hudson come out and I'm glad they did this because they allowed him time on commentary to talk and to basically showcase his character, which, had this been like a regular tournament, they would have showcased other people and said, okay, yeah, this match next. But they're actually building the characters in these competitors because it helps move the needle with them whenever they finally, initially debut in NXT as a part of the active roster rather than just being a part of the breakout tournament. But Yeah, I like Duke Hudson. I think he might be the favorite to win this.
I think he is going to be the one to win it. The way they kind of showcasing him like that, I think unless they go off a crowd reaction and give it to Odyssey, but I think
that might be the finals. Odyssey Jones and Duke Hudson.
Yeah, they're on opposite ends of the bracket. So
and I see Hudson beating Carmelo Hayes. When they go up against each other, and I like the fact that they're actually doing one match per show rather than doing like 2 to 3 matches. Like they're like it makes more sense because I don't remember the last Breakout tournament because did they have it as a?
They did it kind of the same way. They did one per show, and then I forgot what the finals were on, but they did do it kind of. If they didn't do one per show, they might have did 2, but I think they did do one per show last time.
Okay,
but I'm pretty sure the finals is going to be at TakeOver.
You're right. It was because I remember because I forgot that's the one that had fucking Swerve, Grimes, Jordan Miles, Bronson Reed, Dexter. Yeah. So yeah, they did have that shit on the show.
Who won that tournament? Oh no, it's Miles.
Did he win?
Yeah, Miles won. Because remember, the winner of the tournament got a title shot of his choosing, and he chose to go against Adam Cole.
That's right. Because Cameron Grimes was the one that came out of it looking more like a star. Yeah. Even though I think because he wasn't he in the finals with Jordan Miles?
I think it was Miles and Grimes. Because I remember when I went to the NXT house show, it was Miles and Grimes at the house show. So yeah, I think it was Grimes.
Yeah, it was. I'm seeing it now.
Grimes, baby.
So, Jaeger, what's going on with the camera?
Oh,
there you go. No, it was very pixelated. Like it was looking like some artwork for a second.
Wanted to check out the 8-bit.
Okay, that makes sense.
But ironically enough, speaking of Grimesy, we got the Misadventures of Cameron Grimes and LA Knight.
Yes,
that's what I'm calling it until this shit is over with. So
I'm gonna talk about all the segments put together.
Absolutely.
Because Ashley and I had a bone to pick with the second segment.
Oh yeah. Oh, with DiBiase coming into play.
Yeah. But
so
before we get
spoiler alert, guys.
So we get to the golf course, and of course Grimesy and LA Knight are both dressed for the occasion. Grimesy, of course, in his cowboy boots, no surprise there, and LA Knight looking like everybody's 50 to 60s born father.
Everybody's favorite PGA Tour player.
And I'm just loving the fact of the innuendo of Grimes washing his balls.
Right? So Grimes, of course, everything seems cordial. Like they never brought up the whole Drake Maverick thing. So everything seems pretty cordial. Everything's like fine and dandy. And this goes more to my point of what I said before, like before this whole thing came to fruition with them challenging for the $1 million championship, where I seen them walk in at the same time when they were going to meet DiBiase, and I said their chemistry, they look like they could be like that unofficial tag team that could work. And this plays more to that because, even though Grimes is supposed to be subservient to LA Knight, he's still being antagonistic with them too, because he's like, you're gonna. I bet you 10,000 you're gonna that ball's gonna hit that tree. He's not gonna make it over there. And of course, LA Knight's not having. He's like, just shut up. And he's like, oh, see, now you owe me 20,000. And just as it carries on, and so LA Knight's like, fine, you know what, it hit it. Okay, cool, whatever. How about you go swim and get that ball? I'm not giving you 20,000. Go do what I tell you to do. And cut from there. So then it finally gets to Grimes in the water looking for the ball, and who drives up? None other than Mr. Ted DiBiase, who had disappeared after he got, ransacked by LA Knight, and he gave Grimesy some words of wisdom.
$1 million wisdom.
Yeah, there you go, $1 million wisdom. And he basically told Grimes, he's like, you got to have pride. Like you got to remember who you are. You got to know what you're fighting for. And I think Grimes is going to take that to heart. But at the same
this
time,
is where we had the issue because Ashley was like, "Isn't he the reason why they in this mess?"
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
He's the reason why this shit is even happening in the first place, and now you want to, part wisdom on Grimesy. But other than that, once again, and what they really should have did was they should have had DiBiase try to run down
Knight,
and Grimes had to kind of stop it, and then that would have kind of prompted a little like, why are you protecting him? He's the reason, I'm a man of my word, Ted. I gotta,
I would have liked that. That would have, because that did kind of throw me off a little bit because I'm like, yo, you're gonna come here as if nothing happened, as if you just didn't get decked in the face a few weeks ago.
Right.
But I digress. But but from there you cut to that third segment where they're back to playing golf and
my boys show up.
Surprisingly
wrestled young veterans.
You get GYV coming in there, and this is where I was like, oh, I might be getting what I talked about. I may get a tag team match to where they just got to give me what I want just for a quick show or something, just something, which we still might get. But you had it to where they decided to make another bet, but they bet with GYV because Grimesy opened his mouth and he said, you know what, he's gonna hit it, he's gonna do it, and LA Knight goes for the swing, misses. I think he either hit the water or hit. No, I think he hit the water. Hit the water. And of course, GYV starts laughing about it. And then Grimesy gets up. He's like, you know what? I'll do it. Fine, I'll do it. Takes his nice little shined up golden ball, places it on the tee, and then tees off because when he cocked back, ironically enough, when he cocked back and hit the cock of good old LA Knight, comedic shit ensues because then he hits the ball, but as he hits the ball,
winds
back and then hits LA Knight on the back of the head. Grimesy gets a hole in one and then turns around and realizes that LA Knight got hurt and then tosses the
driver.
The driver to did he? No, it wasn't Drake. Did he? No, I think he passed it to Gibson. Yeah, he tossed it to Gibson, and he was like, "Oh, y'all did it!" And so GYV scrams out of there. So I'm thinking that we might get some more development out of this, and we might get them in a match with GYV, which I would not be opposed to.
At all.
A reluctant tag team.
Oh, I would still love it. I would still.
Now the one thing I don't want them to do, because we don't know how long this feud is supposed to last. I don't want it to lead to a Knight and Grimes get the tag team titles from this.
No, I don't see that. I think what they're doing is
I don't want that to happen where it's like, no, you're not tag team champion, you're the butler, you stay over there, move, type of situation. That's what I don't want them to do.
I would want that, but I don't think that's happening. I think what they're doing is they're stretching it out because I think they're going to have their $1 million championship match at TakeOver 36.
Okay.
And I think that's where Grimesy gets that title back. So I think that's why they're doing all these extra segments.
I think it's 3.
I think it's what, the 22nd of Oh yeah, about 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks.
Yep. So
Which happens to be the weekend after the Houston show in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Wait. Hold on. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's Dynamite because Rampage is going to be in Chicago. Yeah. Interesting.
Which we'll talk about in the next episode.
We will indeed. But from there, we get a little Scoot heartbreak because
okay, man. I had mine a few weeks ago.
The inevitable happened.
I will say this. Somebody called it out. I think it was Authors of Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on. Hey Raquel, I see you, girl. Dakota, I see you too. But he thinks that this would have been better if it was the opposite.
Like if Dakota had won the title and
Raquel was the reason why Dakota, quote unquote, kept the belt, and now Raquel was pissed. But yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying more of like if Raquel.
It was more if Dakota was champ. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It definitely would make more sense that way.
But they did do it perfectly. Like it was a nice little setup with Dakota. Like, all right, TakeOver's in a few weeks. Who wants to challenge Raquel? Come on now.
Yeah.
Nobody's music hit, so it was like okay. Then Raquel was doing Celebration. The camera was perfectly angled.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, Captain of Team Kick shows why she's Captain of Team Kick.
She laid poor Raquel out. But here's where that double-edged sword comes into play because you can look at this and you can say this was supposed to be like a double turn.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the fact that this entire crowd, just how everybody's behind Johnny, because these NXT loyalists, which I'm not mad at,
mm-hmm.
they want Dakota to get her shine so bad because of how they watched her growth within NXT to the point to where they're gonna shit on anybody she goes against just as long as she gets what she's deserved. So,
and I kind of want her to win.
Same.
I kind of want her to win, to be perfectly honest with you.
And here's the thing with that. I honestly think that Raquel is going to be main roster bound.
That's why I think my prediction is going to happen sooner than later, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's main roster bound because apparently the word is the draft is going to be
after SummerSlam.
Not exactly the Monday after, but I think that next week. Actually, no, okay. I think it is supposed to be that same week because I think the draft's supposed to start Friday and conclude on Monday.
So hold on a second.
That's
WWE likes to call NXT developmental.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they're going to include NXT stars in their draft.
Well, they didn't say that yet. They didn't say it yet, but we're gonna assume.
I'm annoyed too.
We're gonna assume because that's how it's been the last few drafts that NXT stars weren't off the table. So
yeah, I think they're gonna treat them like free agents.
Yeah. So I mean, other than Cross, Knox, and Blackheart, who's already there, I think everybody else who was rumored to get called up, like Bronson Reed and maybe even Raquel now, and a few others, maybe they might be called up through the draft.
Yeah.
Tired of it.
So,
I look, I just hope that this draft breathes some type of lifeblood into the main roster. Hopefully it helps. But if it doesn't, I'm not expecting much anyway. So we'll see. But again, I'm not expecting much.
Don't watch the product, so
yeah, it's like what do you have to lose?
You know, to be perfectly honest with you, Jaeger, you really not missing nothing. Like honestly, other than a few highlights here and there, I would say honestly, SmackDown is worth watching. But the issue with SmackDown is it kind of has that same. It doesn't have the same flow of Raw because you know you do have the whole Roman situation. You do have maybe like the women's championship picture, but SmackDown does have its lower points too, where it's kind of like it's just that Roman is such a fucking supernova over there. He just makes the show looks great. Like,
but here's the problem.
Roman.
Here's the problem with that. And this is one of the main reasons why I said if Balor was to go back to the main roster, I would want him on Raw. Because of what happened on SmackDown was beautiful. The fact that Roman called, he was telling Cena, no, you're not gonna, I decline. I don't want to do this as a rerun. Shout out to his whole missionary position line that everybody that WWE shitting on and blanking out on YouTube. Stupid. But from there to have Balor's music hit and to have him like, hey, if you're not gonna challenge Cena, then how about exactly? And it's like
challenge the Prince.
Now, had this been a situation where it's like, okay, Bobby's champion, Balor comes out, you don't know who was going to win that. But with Roman in the picture, you know that Roman is going up to he's making his way to the right. Everybody else is just cannon fodder up to that point. So you know that all we're going to get is a really good match between Balor and Roman. So you're basically feeding Balor to Roman after Balor just had this bomb-ass run on NXT. And it's like, yo, Balor, why'd you go back for that? You should have said, yo, let me go back to Raw. You could have made Raw your own thing. Period. But hey, I digress.
Yeah, but then he'd be stuck in week after week of rerun matches. Anyway.
Hey, again, main roster is trash, and SmackDown only sucks a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I mean, they do have the Money in the Bank winner on their show for now.
Yeah, that's true.
So that helps. Speaking of SmackDown, so y'all know SmackDown was both at Cleveland and at Rolling Loud, right?
Yeah.
Now, so the funny thing about that was that before the two matches at Rolling Loud happened, there was a segment with KO saying he wanted the Intercontinental belt. So KO, Big E, Shinsuke, the Dirty Dogs, and Cruz all came out and they got into a little brawl.
Yeah.
Then it cuts to Rolling Loud when they had Angelo Dawkins versus Chad Gable, and then they had Bianca and Carmella for a rematch for the title.
Yeah. All this threw me off because I forgot they were at Rolling Loud.
The Cleveland fans got to see a 6-man tag between the Dirty Dogs and Cruz versus Shinsuke, KO, and Big E. And they even got a dark match of John Cena and the Mysterios versus the Bloodline. So, yeah.
And Rolling Loud got their high to calm down, so to speak.
Boy. And the thing was, even with Wale hyping up with Street Profits, it didn't help. Like, I don't know why. Like, don't get me wrong, I can applaud WWE for wanting to try something new, but they should have did it on a different scale.
Yeah, because this is one of the reasons why it's like when you have piped in crowd noises and you actually show the crowd and it's a mismatch, you know something's wrong because
Are they still piping in crowds?
No, it was because it was so dead as far as like the atmosphere for Rolling Loud, because it's like you go there for a concert, you don't go there for a wrestling match, to where they piped in all the fucking crowd noises to where like the cheers and shit like that, like it was more than what it was, and they actually showed people in the crowd, and they just were just bland, just completely like why is this shit happening? Like what the fuck's going on? Like I don't watch wrestling, but you know, one thing I will do though, I will give props to Carmelo though, because Carmella's top completely popped from the back, and she continued this match for like a good maybe like 2-3 minutes, and yo, that's a professional wrestler right there. Good job, Carmelo. Because she could have easily pulled Eva Marie and was like, nah, I can't do it, I can't go, I'm done. But she didn't. Shout out. But yeah. Don't go back to Rolling Loud. Don't go back to any concert in WWE. Do that shit with pure wrestling fans. Stop trying to delve into something new to get new fans. Because right now, you drowning with the fans you already got. Don't mess it up with everybody else. But I don't want to talk about this, but I have to because it's part of the fucking show. So Wade Barrett did an interview with Roderick Strong.
Should I leave? Should I leave?
And the cosign king, fucking
right,
Malcolm Coal Miner. No, you know what's
How about this?
I'll let you talk about it.
Wait. I'll be back. I will let y'all discuss, and I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh
wow.
Oh, that's
wow.
Oh man.
You know what? I could easily remove that shit from the screen.
Is that the new 2K21 promo pic for him?
You know what? I
don't know exactly, but I'm gonna let that marinate.
It's it's fair play, Scoop. It's fair play. I'm gonna give you kudos for that one because that's something that I would have done. So I can't be mad at you for doing it. I do hate looking at the goddamn screen though. So yeah, Wade Barrett had an interview with Roderick Strong and the cosign king, Malcolm Coal Miner. And Wade Barrett basically asked questions about Undisputed Era and how, God damn it.
It just looks into your soul.
All right. Anyway, he brought up the fact that Roderick Strong had ended up quitting and how Malcolm Coal Miner ended up bringing him back. And he said that which Malcolm Coal Miner. Malcolm Coal Miner.
Got halfway with the name.
I know, right? It's because it's oh, I hate it so much.
You need to find a way to do that face replacement Scoot for these segments.
I wish I could make that face. I wish.
But
I wish I could make that Bivens face.
I'm
gonna leave this picture up here until this segment's over with. So you might want to hurry up and speed through it. Then I'll come back.
You're right. Yeah. Anyway, Malcolm Bivens just. God damn it.
Bivens forever.
That creepy little chihuahua.
Anyway, a match was set up between Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish for, I guess, next week or sometime. I don't know. Don't care.
Oh, oops.
Look, we're done. We're done with this. And no, it was Kayden Carter and Kacy Catanzaro against Franky Monet and Jessi Kamea. Jessi Kamea, though.
I don't understand this damn match or the way these matches are going.
It's good. We done with that interview.
My bad. I was switching headbands. You kind of wrapped that up a little faster than I expected.
Yeah, I had to.
I was a little surprised that you don't have a headband yet that says Bivens.
Don't tempt me. Do not tempt me. I will buy a black headband and use Ashley's Cricket to make me a headband that just says Bivens. But since we're not talking about Diamond Mine anymore, so keep it on a fair and level playing field. We've had moving on.
Yeah,
but can I say Kayden Carter though?
Yo, Kayden Carter though.
Kayden Carter though.
Jessi Kamea though. Like, yeah.
And you know what? I like fit chicks. So Kacy Catanzaro though.
You know what? Kacy not bad either. She's not bad.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Catanzaro though.
And you know,
apparently they can't figure out.
I don't want to leave her out. You know, Franky Monet though.
Unfortunately, they just can't figure out Kacy Catanzaro's name between Kacy or Cassie. Cassie. Weird.
This match had a surprising outcome.
It did.
But I'm not mad at it because, again, they set it up nicely when they did the previous week they had a backstage interview where Franky Monet and Jessi Kamea with Robert Stone talked about how they want to go after the tag team titles. So you had Kayden Carter and Kacy Catanzaro come into the picture and basically state that you can't emulate this chemistry that we have, and again, this is one of the main reasons why I stated, outside of the match, but just them in general, why I stated that they should have been the ones to beat the way.
Yes,
because again, we get to this whole thing with Io Shirai and Zoe Stark, and they haven't been on NXT TV in
since they won the belts.
So what was the point of them winning? Because you have more money in the way having the titles to the point to where you could have had them beat Io Shirai and Stark, so that way they can lose at TakeOver 36 against Kayden Carter and Kacy Catanzaro.
I wonder. I legit wonder, was Tegan getting called up sooner than later?
Seems like it.
Because I honestly don't think that was the plan. Because I'm pretty sure the plan was to have Candace and Tegan to have a program.
Yeah,
and then it abruptly ended because she got called up with Shotzi.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Jaeger is still here right now. But one time for the one time. Shotzi though.
He'll come back and say Shotzi though.
Yeah, he'll come back and say it.
But yeah, this match outside of them having the whole chemistry thing, but this match in itself showed again why they are, for me, they are the premier women's tag team in NXT because one, their chemistry is very good, but their in-ring offense is fantastic. Just the way, even that nice little flurry that they did where you had I think it was Kayden that came in, and so she slid under the ropes, grabbing Franky's ankle, dragging her to the ground or to the mat, and then having Kacy do the drop kick, and then go from the flurry to there. It's this is what's needed. This is why they are my women's tag team. Period.
Yes,
they deserve to be the champions.
Jaeger, before we continue.
Oh, yeah.
You want to give Shotzi her flowers?
Yes.
Go ahead, give her that.
Huh?
Give her the Shotzi though cosign.
Yeah, we gave her cosign since for the one time.
One time.
Shatsy though.
That resonated. She heard it. She heard it.
Yeah.
She looking around like, what?
Yep.
Yeah, that what was that? That Obi-Wan? Like somebody just said something.
Right? or that cliche anime sneeze.
Yes.
Right.
But
somebody.
But yeah,
I will say this
match.
The issue I'm having is I can see it now because what's building up, I can see who could potentially challenge them after they win the belts, but I don't think Io and Zoe should have the belts much longer.
No, not at all. Honestly, I think Candice and Indy need to win those titles back.
Because it wouldn't surprise me if Io is one of the draft picks. For the draft.
Okay.
So.
So I see Io and Zoe losing at SummerSlam.
I mean, they would have to be they would have to go to TakeOver because
I mean we have already 2 matches guaranteed for TakeOver. 3
the NXT and the NXT UK.
3 with most likely Raquel and Dakota.
Yep.
4 when we get to later on in the show. So usually TakeOvers have 5 to 6 matches. So
I think all the titles will be on the line because MSK hasn't really been doing much of anything since they defended. So I'm pretty sure.
Actually, we might have all the matches building from this show already. So I wouldn't be surprised if Swerve and Santos is on TakeOver.
Yes, I agree.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the women's tag team title match ends up on maybe like the NXT before TakeOver, because I'm pretty sure the other match is going to be reserved for Cole and O'Reilly 3 or 2.5.
I think we might get a triple threat or a 4-way for the tag titles.
And that might be like the go home show.
Yeah.
Of NXT.
Interesting. Okay. I'm down with that. This is the thing about this match though, with because of the fact that you have the chemistry between Kayden Carter and Kacy Catanzaro working completely well, and then you have this whole new thing between Franky, Monet, and Jessi Kamea. I can see Jessi Kamea, just like I said before, she could be a star. What I think that they're doing with her, I think they put her with Franky to help her build herself up, because you can see the green moments that she has, but you can also see those confident moments that she has. And it's like, I like what I see in the confident stuff, but of course you can tell that she's green. I think they said before on commentary that she was previously Olympic volleyball player or something like that.
I know she was a volleyball player. She is also of a Texan as well.
Shout out
to Jessi Kamea.
I'm pretty sure Jessie's gonna look. I'm pretty sure Jessi is gonna be just like Indy. How Indy started to come into her own. More and more matches, more confidence. I'm pretty sure as it happens, and then just like how Indy has Candice, she has Franky, who's just as much of a veteran as Candice is. So
true.
Now the confusing shit of this all. Where the fuck is Robert Stone standing in all of this?
With a merce.
You know what's funny? It's because it's crazy because how he went from this whole like, I got my brand, everybody, you come sign up for the Robert Stone brand. I'm gonna make sure that you win, that you get the recognition that you deserve. He went from that to looking like they're like Franky's like sidekick, gay best friend.
Yes. No offense. No
yeah,
offense
it's not, no, it's not. No, like
No,
definitely
no,
no offense at all. It's just the way that it looks as far as like aesthetically, because his whole demeanor has changed because he's become more flamboyant with his mannerisms and even with his speech. So don't get me wrong, it's very comedic. It's very fucking comedic, but it's hard to say what's happening here because of the fact that it seemed like he's just like that attachment that continues to follow them, but they still acknowledge him as like going ringside. Now, of course, he cost them the match, which is surprising because Franky Monet was the one that took the pin and not Jessi Kamea. So that's why I was like, interesting. Very interesting.
Which furthers my point. Why the hell is Franky Monet doing this rocky start? I mean, she had her wins. She had like 2 wins, 3 wins in a row, but now she's taking L's all of a sudden.
Well, I think it's mainly because of the whole Robert Stone thing, and I think they're building the story with that.
It's to put Catanzaro and Carter in a better position to show that, hey, now we're truly the number 1 contenders.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That is what the commentary was really going over.
Yeah.
So I definitely like that. So
do we discuss the little slightly related promo in the back?
Which one?
Oh, with
Mandy and
GG and what was her name? Jessi?
I completely missed that then.
Jackie? What was her name? The one who fought Lacey Evans. Lord. The one who fought Franky Monet last week. I forgot her name.
Is it God damn it.
Jackie?
It was, I think it was Jace or something like that.
Yeah.
It was something.
But there was a scene with them 3 back there talking. And Jessi. Okay, so it was Jessi. So it was Jessi, Mandy, and Gigi in the back talking, and the cameraman tried to get close, and then Mandy was like, "Go on, get on out of here, go,
Shoo.
So it seems like them 3 are going to be stable.
Wait, which 3? Jessi, Mandy, and who?
Gigi Dolan.
Oh, okay.
Jessi, Mandy, Gigi. That's just a lot of G.
It is.
And D.
It is. I almost said a joke there, but I'm not. So
I was going to as well.
That's it's just a little on the nose there.
So y'all can imaginate the joke. Yes, imaginate. It's a word today. Word today.
Imaginate. Right? I'd like to imaginate something. Anyways.
But from there we get Imperium versus Hit Row.
Hey, I'm gonna say this one thing real quick. This was the first match. When I say this was the first match, this match right here really proved that Imperium, just to fast forward, Imperium getting that W didn't mean shit. Nobody gave 2 fucks about Imperium beating Hit Row because Hit Row and Legado have basically stolen the show.
Yeah, they have. Well, I will do this though. Bartel, shout out, man.
Good
for getting your physique in order, man, because you came in looking like a fucking beast.
I mean,
whatever diet you took, like that, it's night and day from your previous physique. So, kudos. But yeah, this match,
it wasn't a bad match.
No. This match was not bad at all. I like the dynamic between Top Dollar and Ashanti Adonis against Imperium because, again, it shows the evolution of them being a tag team. Shout out to Top Dollar's attire. He's upgrading it here and there. Now you had a nice velour basketball suit.
So is he getting the Zoe Stark treatment?
It looks like it.
It's coming together. I'm still trying to figure out what he's gonna do with these damn shoes, because I don't know if he's waiting for some new boots or what. Because honestly, I could see him like in some Kevin Owens attire and just be done with it like that. But he's doing something more flashy, so I'm interested in seeing what this turns out to be. But it is getting better because it's starting to be cohesive with what Ashanti the Adonis is wearing. So good shit. But again, I'm not going to treat him like I treated Zoe, because again, Zoe was the blueprint on this whole shit where I'm like, yo, why you looking like a creative character on default? Let's update that. She updated. So yeah, but with this, the whole thing with Top Dollar and Ashanti is the fact that their whole thing is they're showcasing their in-ring work, because their promo game is on point, but the in-ring stuff is also on point. But the crazy thing about it, because again, just like Scoot said, this wasn't even about the tag match. And ironically enough, even though they're building up with the whole Legato and Hit Row shit, and we know this is basically a build up to Swerve and Santos. Top Dollar shined a whole lot. Like they found a way to make somebody look strong in defeat, because once Legato came in and everybody was cleared out from Hit Row, and you had Top Dollar in the ring by himself, you had Mendoza and Wild both double team him, super kick him, get him into the corner, start stomping. He was fighting off the entire time, all until Santos got involved with the drop kick. They made Top Dollar look amazing, because they didn't just do like a typical beat down on him and be like, oh, that's it. They was like, no, he's the way he is for a reason. And it's a testament to NXT on how they built their stars, because nobody is just like a one-trick pony. Nobody is one-dimensional. Everybody has character within themselves, and they have a build to them that NXT caters to, because everybody is different. And I love it. Now, this Hit Row thing, because when Hit Row was first initiated, they made them come out to look like, yo, Swerve doesn't care about the fans, that's it. And they went from being like a heel faction to this basically tweener faction that the fans love. But it's not them being heel or face. They just care about them. They don't care about anybody else outside of them. And I like that, because that's a dynamic that a lot of people don't know how to do right.
No. And the problem is, I think a big issue what tends to happen is that I think the suits in the back, along with the crowd, and of course social media, can potentially derail some things. Because I mean, we spoke on it earlier. Take with the Nikki Ash situation. She did not get a chance to build this character up.
True.
Take New Day. New Day got a chance to build their character.
Yeah. And they got shit on too.
They got shitted on too, but they got a chance to build it. Take Rusev. Rusev was like, okay, it's working, but to get Aiden English to push it over the top, singing Rusev Day, and now the crowd is responding to it.
Yeah.
Take Jericho. I mean, well, Jericho's a cheat code, but him and his whole list. Jericho in the list. Sometimes things, in Swerve's case, Swerve was already hinting at it back when he was beefing with Leon Ruff.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Even going back to those promos, they were there.
They were on the background.
They were there. We just didn't know exactly what the affiliation and all that was going to be. But we saw that character was changing within Swerve, and it just came together. Now it's more of, and you can even see Swerve somewhat doing it. Let me try to get the other three over. The people are feeling me. Let me make sure the people feel Ashanti, Top Dollar, and B-Fab.
Yeah.
You know, and that's another thing you can appreciate. The fact that he wants to make sure all four are just as popular as him.
Absolutely.
That the whole group is popular.
Which, do we need to put Leon's rough face on a milk carton? Because this motherfucker's been gone.
My man's been gone since AJ called him. Well, sorry, since Top Dollar told him he was outside his mind. Oh no, I'm sorry. Since Pete Dunne beat him up. I forgot he had that match with Pete Dunne after that. So unless he legit got hurt for real. But you're right. We might have to get a milk carton for Leon.
He is in search of, and forgive me for saying it, a cheeseburger.
Oh.
Man needs to put on some weight.
Yeah, somebody go find Ruff, because we need him back for something. I don't know what, but he just needs to be back. He got to be found.
I like that, for something.
Yeah. Look, the cruiserweight division.
So that's what tends to happen a lot, is that sometimes when people make a character switch or try to be a certain character, you know, at times they got to kind of build it up. Like everybody doesn't have that magnetic energy coming out. Like, you know, everybody doesn't have what like Odyssey Jones has. But but we got to think though too, Odyssey Jones is kind of in the tailwind of Keith Lee.
Yeah,
you know.
Didn't because I think Cornette had said something about Odyssey Jones saying he's a younger Keith Lee with a with either with a better smile or something like that. But I think he had said something along those lines, and I was like, you could see it, but my mind initially went to like a babyface Mark Henry, you know, with way more energy and way more speed and just, you know, just the whole demeanor and look. But
some people, you know what I'm saying, you got to give them chances, and that's what's happening with this stable. You have Legado, who's established themselves. You got Hit Row, who's establishing themselves, and I'm loving how they already playing back from their history of with the Cruiserweight Championship. So they about to put on a match come TakeOver, most likely when it's going down. And then next week we're getting Top Dollar and Ashanti versus Wild and Mendoza. So
which is good progression.
Yeah.
Because they need that receipt. They need that receipt for real. But going from one receipt needed to another being received on two different occasions. The main event. Sorry. Before we get into that, there is one thing that happened backstage, because we were talking about the way. Johnny, Indy, and Candice were backstage talking about good old Austin Theory, saying he ran away from home. Basically. They don't know why he ran away from home. And so they kept throwing blame at, whose fault it could have been. But then Indy got a package, nice little present. And at first she had asked if they had got her present, and foolishly Candice and Johnny said, yeah. And when she opened it, it was a nice little portrait. This portrait was of Johnny, Candice, Indy, and Dexter as a unit. Now, I remember saying this before, like when this whole Indy Index thing started, and I was like, well, I think it'll be Dexter unofficially helping the way, like, make their wins because of Indy. But that didn't really happen. But now we might get Dexter officially as a member of the way, which will be a nice dynamic for the reluctance of Johnny and Candice. So, but do we get Austin back into the play next week? Because I think this match happens next week.
Yes, it does happen next week.
Because if Johnny wins, Indy gives up on this whole lovesick puppy thing with Dexter. But if Dexter wins, then Indy can be with Dexter all she wants, and they can't say a damn thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, clearly Dexter's going to find a way to get over on this one, because I think we do get a very entertaining Dexter and the Way segments, because I think it's needed. I think this is going to be one thing that keeps everybody at bay. You don't have to worry about anybody in the way going after championships. Probably outside of Indy and Candice going after the tag team titles again. But yeah, and I think we do get Austin back. I think we may get Austin back next week. And he might be the reason that Johnny loses. But not on purpose though. You know, it might be an accident.
Or Austin goes to the main roster.
Oh no. He's been there, he's back. He don't need to go there. He don't need to go there. He's good. He's good right now. He's good. Well, look, we cannot have the Way break up. They got a lot more room, you know, to stretch this out.
No, but I see Austin helping out Johnny in some way or another, to the futility of Dexter winning anyway. And then you start seeing segments of Indy and Dexter just like arm in arm on each other, maybe even sometimes carrying each other.
Yeah, I think it might work out, because I think we might end up getting, because especially with the history, and I think again NXT does a good deal with story building and storytelling, because they had that whole thing with him kidnapping Austin and him having Stockholm syndrome, to the point to where, you know, now I think what'll happen is, you know, Dexter will be an unofficial member, and you might get a tag team between Dexter and Austin. You know, so and the Way might, yeah, exactly. Because I think their chemistry will be nice.
I would love to see that, actually. Like Austin reluctant to tag Dexter because Dexter's like staring into his soul for the tag.
Because again, it's Austin is good on comedy, like,
oh yeah,
for real. So
Austin's just terrified, like, I don't want to tag you, but you're my partner.
You know, he wants him to be his best friend though. So I mean, we might get some good shit. But from that, we do get the main event: Bronson Reed against Adam Cole. Bang bang.
Solid match.
Solid match. See, this is where I hate saying this, man, because Bronson Reed, that when they keep talking about this whole 14 years in the biz, it makes sense, because I'm like, yo, he would do good on the main roster as long as he's built right on the main roster. But at the same time, I don't want to see him leave NXT, because he could be a good hand at vying for the NXT championship, especially with Joe, you know, preparing to become the top dog in NXT, and that'll be a fresh matchup, and I would love to see this. So it's funny, because you look at these two and it's like one of them is main roster bound, but a lot of people will look at this and be like, oh, Adam Cole's going next, he's going up, but that's not the case. So I do think that you are right, Scoot. I think that they are saving Bronson Reed for the draft. And they're using all of this as basically his main roster portfolio. Like, hey, you're gonna have all these premier matches up until you get to this point. So once the draft comes, hasta luego NXT. So yeah, but surprise. Well, I don't want to say surprisingly, because I could have seen Bronson Reed win this, but I don't see why they would have Cole not go over. But hell, fuck it. The Panama Sunrise, though, you pulled off Bronson Reed. I did not expect that.
Yes.
Has he pulled that on Keith Lee?
I can't remember in a championship match if he did or not.
Because if he did, I completely missed it. Shit. I don't see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh no, he did. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Keith Lee took it. So that's fine. But I think Bronson may be heavier than Keith Lee by a smidgen.
Maybe.
But yeah, Adam Cole goes over, obviously. And of course we get a continuation of this O'Reilly and Cole feud because as Adam Cole was celebrating up the ramp, O'Reilly comes out, hits him smack dab in the back with a chair, and proceeds to hit him with the chair again, and then put the chair on his neck, and then take the back of the chair and hit him in the side and in his chest. Then he goes and flips over the stairs. And he suplexes. He suplexes Cole onto the stairs, but the problem is Cole didn't hit flush on the flat part.
Nope.
The middle of his back hit the corner, the edge of the fucking stairs. And I was like, I know that shit hurt.
Even though his feet hit the floor, it's like,
And NXT goes off with Adam Cole twitching on the floor, and O'Reilly standing on top of the steps.
And all I could think about was, damn, Samoa Joe quit his management, so he couldn't break it up. He couldn't.
You know what? That would be fun. See, if this wasn't so serious of a feud, it would be funny for Cole to come out and be like, "Oh, it's convenient that you quit right before this bullshit happened because you could have stopped it." But again,
I still see Cole saying something along those lines.
Yeah, I can still say I can still hear him saying it.
That's true. But it does look like we're going to get a more serious O'Reilly against Adam Cole, which is pretty much set up for O'Reilly to show that side and beat Cole.
Not so cool, Kyle.
Not so cool. Killer Instinct, Kyle. So
there you go.
I wonder what kind of match they're going to have at TakeOver, though.
This is the crazy thing because TakeOver 36 is so stacked with matches that's going to be like fucking crazy. They're going to have to find a way to stand at either above or at the same level as Ilya Dragunov and Walter, Joe and Cross.
I know.
Yeah, like that. Right, those two right there. That shows.
It's either going to be a last man standing, or I quit, or a loser leaves NXT. It's going to have to be something of that stature in order for it to really hit.
Yeah. I mean, time will only tell. I mean, shit. We'll know something by next week. We'll at least have more of a fleshing out of TakeOver 36 as the weeks progress. Which I'm glad. Again, NXT, they don't blow their load. They let everything build to something. Because we already know that it's going to be Santos and Swerve, but they haven't officially made it. They're letting all this stuff kind of play out until we get there. Same thing with Dakota and Raquel.
Yes.
Same thing. Well, we can't say anything about the tag division because they haven't really done too much outside of a few promos on the men's side. On the women's side, we just now got some progression with Kacy Catanzaro and Kayden Carter with Franky Monet and Jessi Kamea. But next week we might see some shit. But
yes.
But with that said, Scoot, you got any final thoughts on NXT this week?
Once again, Cameron Grimes.
I
mean, and of course, Dakota, showing her worth to Raquel, and it still hurts. I'm pretty sure this is probably how Lip felt when Dakota betrayed Tegan. So it hurts, but
it did. It does.
I'm expecting them to put on a great match. But yeah, I mean, of course, gotta shout out Hit Row once again. I mean, they are doing it for me.
So. Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're doing it for me.
And at this point, they've won the crowd over fully now. At this point,
yeah.
So yeah, Jaeger, you got any final thoughts on NXT this week?
Well, to echo Scoot, Grimesy baby, that dude putting in all the comedic work. Like I would really like to know if they're just letting him like go off the cuff with that, because
probably
I'm all for it. Always down for the way in their antics. I like this. I like where this is going, especially with the Index relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of happy that y'all are feeling the pain that I felt when Raquel put the beat down on Shotzi.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Mine is short and sweet. One, shout out to Joe with the Provoke Me shirt. I need to get that shit because I fucking love it. It's so simple. Yes,
I would want that shirt. Plain.
It speaks to my soul. But that and a very simple. Well, one, I'm sorry, Tegan, but Dakota though. But Scoop.
I did tell y'all that Dakota does have one of the coolest nicknames on Up Up Down Down.
Wait. What's her? I mean, outside of Kiwi Buzzsaw.
With Up Up Down Down, everybody has their own nicknames that they choose, and her nickname she chose is the Cobra Kai.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
See how well that works. Her and Raquel gonna tear the house down at TakeOver 36, guaranteed. That chemistry, they've been building up this whole thing this whole time. I look forward to it. But Scoop, let these people know where they can find you.
You know, since when we do the AEW side, I'm always at the Scootical. I'm gonna switch it up.
Oh,
when we with the NXT.
Oh no, because I already know
you can find me in the mines, baby. You can find me in the diamond mines, led by this man right here. This man can make diamonds. He can produce diamonds.
That's quite the other direction from the Scootical, though.
No. Because see, what happens is you come down from the Scootical, you go into the mines, you get these diamonds, right? You give these diamonds to the world, and then you just go back to the Scootical and just watch your beautiful work. You know what I'm saying? I gotta
looking at the fruits of your labor. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I got to get these diamonds. You know, I can't provide good content without searching for them. I gotta dig for them. I gotta mine for them. And that's where you can find me if you really want to. But of course, at the ScooterRay on IG, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Less Than Stealthy Ninjas on the same platforms, along with Anchor, Google, Spotify with the Ninja Banter podcast. You know, we just recently did an episode featuring Planet Nico. You know, shouts out to Nico. But yeah. But, you know, more importantly, Mr. Jaeger. Other than the fantastically fantastic Jaeger After Dark. Where can these people find you?
Not to piggyback on your idea, but much like the way, you can find me at the Yay.
Okay.
But when you're not in the Yay, you can find me at also Instagram, a little bit of Twitter, Xbox, PlayStation. It's all under that name right there.
Bam.
And TikTok every now and then. Man, TikTok's funny after 10 p.m. Y'all wild up. Y'all are wild. But
TikTok is, and it can be, yes.
When you see something you just don't know if you want to see on TikTok, and you just got some questions about your life.
Not only you got questions about your life, if this face bothers you so much to where you just need a pick-me-up in your life, you need a little bit of positivity, this man right here.
Okay.
That's true.
He's approaching 600 episodes, peeps.
Road to 600.
That'll be mañana.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. But
or when you watch this, it'll be today.
Yeah. If you happen to watch this on Friday, if this is the 30th of July, it'll be episode 600. But yeah, you can get all that good positivity shit from Lifestyle One Up. Get your daily dose on your anchors. All your podcast listening platforms. It's there. All you do is Google it. Just Google it because it's Googleable. Been like that for years.
Lifestyle One Up.
Lifestyle One Up. One up your lifestyle. But if you want to shoot the shit, if you want to try to tell me that I shouldn't call the D mine the coal mine, if you say that that's the case, and you want to come after me, if you are Malcolm Coal Miner and you looking to settle the score, find it at Lip Disley on your IGs, on your Twitter, on your Twitches, on your TikToks, on your YouTubes, and somewhere you don't want me to be. Malcolm Coal Miner. Now, I know Malcolm Coal Miner don't want to see me. It's not going to happen. If it does, it doesn't matter because it's not going to happen. But anyway, outside of that, out of that bullshit, out of that bullshit out the way, I give a nice little too sweet to my bros.
Bam.
And until next time, you beautiful mother effers. Fuck Bivens. And a simple tag the fuck it.
Bivens.